A couple of years ago, I caught a train in Cape Town, South Africa. And as I was on the train, a guy got in at one of the stops. And it wasn't a few moments after we had pulled out that he started preaching a hellfire and brimstone sermon. Can you imagine? On a train, in front of everyone, this guy's shouting out, "Repent! If you don't repent, you're all going to go to hell." Really? And this guy's doing this? Now, you could admire his courage. You could admire his conviction and the belief that he had in his message, but I'm not so sure about the vehicle he chose. So imagine my surprise when a couple of weeks ago, I took a train here to downtown Vancouver. And when I came out of the subway, there on a little ledge was a guy, Bible open, preaching a sermon to repent. Now, this is Canada, so there was a little less screaming, and there was a police officer just there to make sure things didn't get out of hand. But can you imagine the audacity required to tell people to repent? That's not a message people want to hear. Who are you to tell me I'm wrong? I don't even agree with your version of right and wrong anyway. How dare you tell me what I'm doing is wrong? How dare you tell me to repent? Fair enough. But how do we respond when it's Jesus who tells the crowds to repent? I preached a sermon this past Sunday morning from Luke chapter 13, verses 1 to 9. And Jesus does just that. He tells the crowds, repent or perish. What am I supposed to do with that? As I look through that passage, I realize there's far more than a message of judgment and condemnation. It's actually a message of grace. You see, because Jesus goes on to say, not only do we need to repent while there is time to reconcile with God, he uses it as an opportunity to tell the crowds, to tell the disciples, to tell those who claim allegiance to him, this is not the place to judge others or to compare with others. The problem with comparing with others is we always look fine and they look bad. That just leads to pride. So Jesus says, don't condemn others, don't judge others, don't compare with others. You do business with me while there's time. And then he closes off with this powerful illustration that any who call themselves disciples need to produce fruit that lasts, fruit that makes a difference in other people's lives. A powerful message that I think we don't want to hear and the world doesn't want to hear, but a message that we need to hear and we need to respond to. That's basically the summary. If you want to watch the whole sermon, you can go ahead and click on the link in the details below. Otherwise, we'll be back here next week with the summary of next week's. If you want, you can click subscribe so that you don't miss it. And we'll see you then.